following is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is
You
advised.
want thickness.
Let me show you the leg.
Ouchies. Oh no.
Yep.
Let me ask you this. Before doing a scene, does anybody ever tell you break a leg?
Yes.
Like good luck?
Yeah.
And then you say, God damn it. So what happened with your leg, first of all?
So I was actually fixing to do a content event here in Dallas. I had picked a couple of my friends of Julie Ginger and Samaj. I had picked them up and I took them to the house.
Word, I know them.
Yeah. Julie Ginger and Samaj Media.
Yeah, Julie's my girl. That was the last person I had on before we switched from Palmcast to Thiccness Protection Program. And then I want to get Samaj on here in the future too. But go on, my bad.
Yes, they're great people. They were a lot of help. So anyway, pretty much I was like, hey, I parked the car, I helped them get their luggage, and believe it or not, I didn't trip trying to help get the luggage. I went into the house, and this Airbnb it was a really nice house. I went inside, looked around inside, and then I wanted to go see the back area, and there was a sliding glass door, and Jay Playhard,
My dog.
Yeah, he was like, come on out here, come check this out. This is really nice back here. And I was like, okay. And I went to go out the sliding glass door, and there was this stair that was like kind of not very visible. Like it was visible, but not to someone who isn't the best with I guess you could say I'm a klutz as it is, but I'm not like really that terrible, but I do occasionally trip or lose my balance or whatever.
Fair.
But as I was going out the door, I just completely lost my entire balance, and I tripped and I fell. When I fell, my left leg went behind me, and my foot, how your foot's like this, like straight, it's supposed to go down on the ground like that. My foot went down on the ground like this.
Ow. Oh, so like the toes bended, like
bent all the way back, and my foot, so like when I landed, it went right on the top of the foot. So the top of my foot has a couple fractures.
Okay. How long are you going to be out for?
There's no telling. I'm trying to figure out. So I don't have health insurance, unfortunately. I have to get on that. I'm gonna try to sign up
because as soon as you turn 26, you're bounced off your parents' shit.
Yeah, exactly. So and I'm 29, so I've been without it for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel the need for it, for one, but the older I get, the more klutzy and the more problems I'm having health-wise. So I'm just like, oh, I guess it's time. So
just out of curiosity, is there a company already existing? And this is more of a question for Google, but I'll ask you. Is there a company already existing that does healthcare for the people in the industry?
I haven't heard of it.
Business venture idea.
I'd love to know.
Yeah, a few years ago, I had a job interview at a company in Hollywood that did health insurance for like people in film and TV and sports and whatnot. And I didn't get the job. In fact, I didn't really want it anyway. But yeah, this could, now that I'm, getting acquainted with so many performers and whatnot, I feel like that could, be a possibility of something to dabble in.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah.
Although I shouldn't use that word that casually, dabble, because health insurance is way more of a dabble.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, and I apologize for being late, and I might edit this part out, but I'll just tell you, I'm a transparent guy, so I'll just tell you what's going on. Yeah, my dad came back from the hospital last night, and while that is a good thing, this is kind of like all hell's broken loose. So like just taking care of a disabled person, I'm kind of entering a new chapter of how we're gonna live together, but hey, it is what it is. So
yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, wish your boy some luck.
Yes, for sure. And as far as me, like I don't know if I'm gonna need surgery or not. They're saying it's a possibility to make sure it heals right, because they're not sure if what the frick name what the fuck? It's called Liz Franck fracture.
Liz
You heard of that?
Fracture?
No, Liz Franck.
Liz Franck. Sorry. Mind on Phil.
I'll send you a screenshot.
Yeah. Send me a screenshot. And
yeah.
Wow, okay. What is up, everybody? You are tuned into another episode of the Thiccness Protection Program. This is the podcast celebrating body positivity and where adult stars come to open up about whatever the fuck. If you don't already know, I am the Thiccness Pro. And today we have a longtime supporter, first-time guest on the call with me today. TikTok star. You may have seen her on Plumper Pass with your nasty ass. You may have seen her on BBW Highway, Pure BBW, and all of these sites that, you know, we love and embrace here on the Thiccness Protection Program. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Ashley Garland. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I have been in the industry since the adult industry since summer of 2020. Been a long time supporter of Thiccness Protection Program. I think it's a great thing. I was excited when he told me I was going to be able to come on here. I was hoping so. And my zodiac sign, I'm a Sagittarius. My birthday is this month on Thanksgiving, and I am going to be 30.
Right. Nice. Welcome to the Dirty 30 Club. I just turned 30 last month myself.
We want thickness.
Pardon the interruption, Palm Tree, but this is Pimpin' Palm, the Mac and Memoji. And before we go any further in this interview, I'm gonna need you to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notification bell. Now back to the Thiccness Protection Program.
Oh, how is it so far?
So far, so good. I feel like I've been kind of getting mentally prepared for this since the pandemic.
Oh my gosh, yeah, for real.
Yeah, but I mean, it's really no difference, you know. Like I said, you know, more tattoos, more back issues, but here I am. So
I ain't kidding.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. You know, I feel like age is just a number, but it's all about like wisdom and maturity, which come with age. But at the same time, you know, you there still can be a stupid motherfucker at 30, 40, 50, 60, and you know, you could still be a very wise and profound individual at 16.
Yeah, very true. That is so true.
Yeah, so true. Anyway, Ashley, let them know, you know, how you first found yourself in this adult entertainment industry.
So when I first found myself was excuse me, I'm trying to readjust, make my leg more comfortable. Yes, y'all, I have unfortunately.
Yeah, as we explained in the beginning of the show, Ashley broke her. It was your foot or your leg?
It's my foot.
Yes.
Yes. But anyway, now that I'm positioned a little better. I actually, the first person I talked to try to get in this industry was Erin Green. She's the one who kind of guided me in the right direction to contact.
Shout out Erin Green. I like her a lot.
Yeah, she's great. Apparently she doesn't like me anymore, but that's another story.
Okay.
I have a lot of respect for her, how she feels about me. I'm not sure. I was never explained why I was blocked, but you know, that's fine. You know, something happened. I really don't know. It's really hard to say what that was, but anyway, respect for her. I love her. Will always love her no matter what. She's the reason why I'm even doing this. So thank you, Erin. If she sees this, thank you. I'm sorry for whatever I did. But anyways, J. Crew, I emailed J. Crew and I said, hey, like, I would love the opportunity. I've spoken with Erin Green and she thinks I'll do well in this industry. And she's kind of guiding me the right direction, giving me some advice and all this good stuff. And he was like, yeah, send me a couple pictures. We'll get you out here. He's like, can you take care of your flights? I was like, yeah, that's fine. And he's like, you know, we'll get you tested. So get you out here. We'll do 2 scenes. We'll do a solo scene and then a boy girl with me. And I said, well, I've never been with an old man before, so this is going to be kind of awkward for me.
Yeah, you know, shout out to J. Crew, and I plan on having him as a future guest. Jay, I know we've emailed before, but, you know, just like all humans, I got drowned in the busyness, but we will have that. I've had supporters suggest J. Crew come on here before, and he will. But yeah, man, he's like That man should be the spokesperson for Viagra because he be knocking them down. He's worked with
I'm
like all my favorite girls. I'm like, how do you do this at your age? Teach me your ways, sir. Because god damn, bro, he be slaying. Sorry.
My boyfriend says when my boyfriend talks to him, he's like, Jay, show me your ways.
And let me tell you something. Reading Jeff's models' descriptions of the scenes is like reading an erotic, piece of literature.
Oh yeah.
Or like he plunged his dinosaur dingus into her velvet vortex.
I don't know who it is who writes those, but man, I want to meet that guy.
It's
Whoever
like
writes those.
it really turns into sexy ass English, like a collegiate sexual English course. Because I'm just blown away at just reading the descriptions.
And I don't think that it's Jay that's writing that. I highly doubt it. He's too busy to be sitting there. I hope that guy gets paid well. Is all I gotta say.
Oh yes.
Plumper Pass was real good too. They do some pretty decent descriptions too.
Oh yeah, always. If I had to pick a favorite porn site or favorite BBW porn franchise, I'm going with Plumper Pass.
Same, I agree with that 100%.
Yep.
I was supposed to go out there and film in January, and now I don't know if I can.
In Miami.
So
in Miami, bitch. Hey, I'm kind of a firm believer of everything happens for a reason. So maybe you could use this time as your foot's healing to just have a, perspective on everything that you've done thus far.
Yeah, I think it's real good, and it's giving me some time with my kid. For a long time, I've been away a lot. I travel. He's real worried about me. It was hard getting him away from me for this interview. My mom's here, so she's handling him. But
how old is the little guy?
He's 4. He'll be 5 in December.
Okay.
So it's also like, and I can learn more about something I've struggled with for a long time is trying to keep up with my OnlyFans, trying to keep up with online messages. Like I have so many messages and so many things I haven't responded to. Now, like I have lots of time to figure everything out and get myself like start learning how to be better at that stuff. Cause like I was pretty much just like, kind of half-assing everything. And now like I have more motivation to try to learn more about that since I really can't do much else. I might do a tiny bit of traveling once, to see clients and things, but other than that, that's really all I can do for now, and just try to boost my online income up during this time.
You can't half-ass anything with all you got. So recently you did have a trip out to LA, out to my hometown, and we both had a lot going on. We didn't get to link up, but you said that was not a pleasant trip. Go and tell us about it.
Well, so I was under the impression that I was going to be filming for Jeff's models, but I'm not sure the exact reason for it, but it got unfortunately canceled. I was like, okay, whatever. It's, things happen. And the first time I was there, I started to feel sick, and I think the air quality might have gotten me, because during this time of year anywhere, I usually get real bad allergies and asthma. So I started getting really, I started coughing and I couldn't sleep, and I was supposed to see clients while I was there. Couldn't do that. I did a couple of out calls, but it's like, other than that, like it was just a total, like I just kept getting sicker and sicker. The plane ride home, I was coughing a lot, and people thought I had COVID, and I was negative for COVID twice during that time. And I said, it's just my lungs can't handle that. I'm so used to being in Texas where the air is a lot cleaner. And so I'm pretty sure that's why I got so bad and ended up in the emergency room, because I was on at least probably a week and a half of maybe an hour of sleep a night, but I had to sit up to sleep. So I had just gotten over being really sick, and now this. I'm just like, anything else?
Oh no, when it rains, it pours. Yeah.
Another yes.
Well, yeah, it's so for a business trip or even a vacation, it just sucks being sick out of town. It sucks being sick in general, but like especially out of town where you don't know like where the drugstore is, or you don't like have somebody like, like a family member to take care of you and shit. So I can only imagine how that
My
felt.
fat ass got
You cut off for a sec. You said your fat ass did what?
one on one of those Lime scooters, and I was driving myself around downtown to go eat and to go to CVS and stuff like that on that thing. At least I got to do that. I
Yeah.
couldn't walk because I was talking so much. I had to get a scooter because I was just real bad. I was just having a hard time breathing and everything else. So
Yeah, when I saw one of your stories, you were downtown by that some like little burger stand or some like burger pizza place.
I'm having withdrawals from that place. I ate there twice. It
What was
was
it?
so good.
What's it called? I know exactly the corner that was. I know that area, but like where?
It's called Mr. Burger. But it's not just burgers. That's the thing. He's got Italian food, he's got Greek food, and he does have burgers. He has pizza, he has pastas. Oh my god, like it's all like super fresh and homemade. And this guy is amazing. Like he goes back there and cooks it himself and like with another guy there. It's very authentic.
Word, yeah. People, especially people from the South, come out to LA and talk bad about our food, but like you heard it from a Texas.
Actually really good.
There you go. Okay. Well, take me all the way back, Ashley. So you grew up in Dallas, what were you like as a kid?
What was I like as a kid? I was very sheltered. I was raised by my grandparents, very old fashioned. I'm trying to get this to where you can hear me good. I'm trying to get my phone. Okay. My grandparents raised me because my mom was not able to for various reasons. At that time, she was just into drugs and alcohol and wasn't able to take care of me very well. So my grandparents took over when I was like, I think 6 or 7 years old. I went to private school, had to wear a uniform.
So same here, from kindergarten to 6th grade, private school and uniforms.
Really? You too?
Christian. Yeah, Episcopal.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've talked a little about like faith and stuff. Yes, porn stars have faith and believe in God and things. Y'all, you talk about a couple times on lives.
Yeah, I'd never hate on anybody for their religion, whether you're Muslim, Christian, or anything. That's your choice,
Mm-hmm.
And it won't affect my friendship with you at all either. I just usually just kind of, I like to kind of like for instance, a friend of a friend is Muslim, and I was watching him like do his prayers or whatever. It was pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay. It was kind of calming. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like that's different. I don't see myself doing that, but hats off to you.
Yeah, everybody shows praise and worship in different ways. And I remember, the first time as a kid, like seeing a Muslim friend mom like pray and speak in tongues, if you will. I was kind of like confused by it. But as we get older, we meet people from all different walks of life. So you just, take everything in.
That's so true. We do.
Yeah. So back to your upbringing though. Did you finish school?
No, I dropped out in 10th grade, and I went and I took myself and I went to it was called an adult literacy council. So what they do is they kind of like go over the most important parts of your high school and like take from 9th to 12th grade, and they go through, it takes about a year. I'd say, well, it depends on how quickly you can grasp onto the certain teachings that they do, but it's pretty much like a very fast, most important part of your schooling during that time is all packed into a year for your GED.
Right.
So that's what I did.
So I'm kind of curious, how does a sheltered girl from private school end up dropping out of the 10th grade?
My grandmother thought it would be a good idea to try to homeschool me. because she didn't think I was doing well enough in the private school. I was rebelling a lot and I didn't want to do anything. So she took me out of school and she just literally bought the entire curriculum, and she bought the teacher's books too. So what she would do is she would give me this lasted about maybe less than a year. And then I'd said, Grandma, I'm moving out and I'm going to go get my GED because you're not helping me. She would just hand me the books and say, learn. She wouldn't teach me. So I was like, okay, whatever. I guess I'll figure this out. And I did. And that's what I did. I went and graduated with my GED, and I haven't been to college. So that's all I have.
Interesting. Okay. So when around these times, like when you got out there in the real world, what were some of like your first jobs in the vanilla world?
My first job was Burger King.
I was there yesterday. Damn.
I had moved out. I was sharing an apartment with two of my coworkers, and I worked there for 3 years. I became an assistant manager, and it was too much for me, so I quit. And I got another job. I forget what I was doing. What did I do? Yeah, I was in the restaurant business in total of probably. I waited tables. I bartended for a really long time down in Corpus Christi. This down on the beach, and that was through my early 20s. And then I lived in Corpus Christi for about 6 years for that, and I was waitressing the whole time. Then I started doing rideshare,
which you still do a little bit today, right?
Yeah, well, I was, but I can't right now. But
now got to use a foot to drive. Yep.
My right foot, I can still drive. I drove home, but it's like after a while sitting there, I have to have my leg up. Like I have to be able to prop it up and keep it elevated. So that's kind of hard to do, but when you're driving. But so I am up here in my apartment. If I didn't have stairs, I would be able to get in and out of here so much better.
Yeah, stairs on an apartment is turning into an Achilles heel for everybody.
Yep.
So during your, upbringing and your blossoming, was sex always like, when did the sexy switch kick in? And were you always like, a bigger girl?
So I've shared a couple. I don't know if you've seen them. You probably haven't. I don't know how long ago I posted, but I was skinny up until I got pregnant with my son.
Okay.
And well, I wasn't skinny, but I was only like when I was waitressing and bartending, I kept my weight around 200. So I was always chubby. I was always chubby.
Okay.
Even when I was in school, I was very athletic. I was a cheerleader. I did dancing. I was playing sports, and I was very, very active. And so I was always the chubby one in the class compared to everyone else, but I was still fit, a lot thinner. I probably weighed 20 pounds more than the rest of my class, but the fact that I was moving around a lot and, being athletic, I built a lot of that into muscle, and I was real strong and was doing all kinds of stuff. And so I was always on the thinner side growing up till I turned 24, and I got pregnant, and then I gained about 70 pounds during my pregnancy. So I ended up weighing when I had him, I weighed about 270 pounds. So after that, I had my baby, and I had lost probably about 30 pounds. And then all of a sudden, like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I think I kept a lot of my postpartum depression. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
Yeah, I know what that is.
Yeah, so it stayed with me a lot longer than most people, and my body changed too, I guess, because I don't eat all the time, but like I like to eat late at night, and I like pizza and pasta a lot and like stuff like that. I'm a really big sugar fiend. I love sugar. Like, you could literally put like a whole pie in front of me and it's gone within like 2 seconds.
2 seconds, goddamn.
Oh, not 2 seconds, but you get my point. But I love sugar, and that's another problem. So I mean, it's not like I sit there and eat a whole pizza by myself or anything by that any means, but just constantly, like when I was doing Uber and Lyft, not much activity. I was driving a lot, sitting down all day, not exercising, and getting fast food all the time, because it's quick and easy. I mean, when you're out there driving, trying to make money, you just want to go through a drive-through and be done with it, and that's what I was doing. So over time, over the past, I'd say 3 or 4 years, I'm up to like 380 pounds now. So I've stayed at 380 for a good 6 months. I've just stayed. I haven't lost or gained anything. So don't know what that's all about.
I see. Now, you being in this industry, and you identify as SSBBW.
Yes.
Yeah. So you having, kind of being more of a spectacle for your weight, can you tell me how that makes you feel? And, what goes through your mind that, like, previously, before, body positivity really took off as a movement today, when people would call someone fat, that also implies ugly and undesirable. But for you, in that case, it may be the exact opposite. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes. As far as like, I'm trying to think how to answer this one. Basically, like when people, like, especially TikTok is where I get a lot of my hate comments. That's like the biggest spot of people hating, like, you're fat, why are you on here, da 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 da, no one wants to see that, da 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 da, like, especially with my viral Respusha video. I even got, like, there were a lot of people who loved it, but there was a lot of people that were like, how disgraceful, da 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 da. I'm just like, what? Like, it's literally skin and fat. Like, what is so offensive about it? Like,
do you think
funny.
people were more outraged? Like, the naysayers were more pissed off that, like, it was like, oh, why is a fat girl being this funny? Or is it, why is a white person portraying a black character?
I think it was more of the first thing you said.
Yeah.
They didn't really say anything about the
race part.
Yeah, they didn't say anything about the race part. They were fine with that mostly. But I was just wanting to be funny, and it's like, damn, like the ones that were like, how could you, like, dude, that's gross. You look like you've eaten 10 people. Da da da. You look like you're 20 months pregnant. I'm like,
20
okay,
months pregnant.
That has nothing to do with the video that I was just trying to be funny, and y'all are sitting here turning it into a whatever. But that's one thing that TikTok and that social media platform has a lot of. Even I've noticed even skinny girls get hate, like,
right,
you need to eat more, you need to da da da. And I'm just like, leave them alone. Like, it's like, what are you doing? Like, what do you look like?
Well, it's funny how TikTok now positions itself as this fun for the whole family social media app, when in fact, people are on there just simply hating because they see something they can hate on, or someone they can hate on, and I don't know how did I get to my last strike when TikTok's like, all right, Palm, you fuck up one more time, you're done. Like, how did I get here? I mean, I'm just like a whole, like, surprise, like, like when you hit the random on like a fighting game or video game, the random character, that's me. Because, like, you don't know what you're gonna get. Like, is he a music blogger? Is he a stand-up comedian? Why is he uploading these, like, racy videos of women? Like, and we're just gonna copyright flag him for, we're just gonna flag him for everything.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so hey, TikTok, if you're listening, suck a dick. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing TikTok. Real. I like you. I really like you. I really
love TikTok.
I really like you. Thank you for the over 1,000 something followers you gave me. But yeah.
They've banned me permanently from going live, so I'm trying to get my backup account up above it so I can go live on there again.
And when I'm banned currently from going live on my main page on Instagram. A lot of porn stars, particularly in our circle, the BBW community, have had their Instagrams like deleted, restricted, and things like this. When I was speaking to Danica Denali a few months ago, she thought that, it does feel like they're targeting BBWs. Compared to the standard size models, do you think that BBWs are more at risk to have their social media restricted?
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't happened to me on Instagram. I don't know how Instagram works. I go on live stream maybe like on Instagram maybe a couple, 2, 3 times a week. It'll probably be more often now that I'm stuck here. But TikTok is they don't like you can like have like music on your TikTok live, but you can't have music on your Instagram live. It's so weird. Like what? Like or like they'll say, oh, TikTok will be like, oh, you're showing your nudity when you're just showing cleavage. And Instagram, like I got on there and I was showing cleavage and nothing. And I'm just like, huh? I don't understand why they are doing that. Like but each platform is so different.
Yeah, each platform is different, and like, Instagram is now more like censoring everything from like you can't say the words kill, rape without a star, just the words porn or the word racist without starring these words. And like what pisses me off is that actual like media and news companies are actually abiding by this. Like, why can't you actually bring good journalism and tell the truth? Instead, here you are sugarcoating it just to stay on the platform. And like social media is changing freedom of speech as we know it, because it's like, you could publicly say these words and have no consequences, but let you say it on a social media platform or let you say it on the internet, there's going to be hell to pay, or you're facing penalties.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's crazy. It is absolutely the way they work things on both of those sides is just wild to me.
Yeah. So Ashley, tell me about how your family reacted. Are they aware that you're in the adult business?
So yeah, I didn't tell them, but they found out.
Oh.
I think no, I'm sorry. My mom and my dad were the first to know, and then the rest of my family, I guess. I think one of my aunts stumbled across something online, and she's like, is that you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, of course they know me by my real name." I was like, they're like, "That's you, like, like we know what you look like," and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
And your stage name sounds so much like a real name. I'm like, after this, you got to tell me like how you came up with that name Ashley Garland, because isn't a garland like a balloon or a decoration?
Garland is a city in DFW.
Ah, okay, okay.
It's like a suburb. I used to live there, so
Gotcha.
I was living over there in Garland at the time that I chose the name. And that's how it came about. Ashley was just I was like, that's so basic, it's easy to remember.
I
I was like,
guess.
let's just go with that.
Yeah, I had to check myself because I have my regular ass government name on with like, what I'm doing interviews with P stars, and then I'm like, oh wait, I still work in corporate, and like I didn't care. I was just not aware, and then I was like, oh shit. But
I was like, that's fine.
Again, I'm very transparent with who I am and where I am and everything. So like, I have nothing to hide, but like maybe I don't know. I'm just kind of moving precautious, like kind of like the rest of the crowd is now. By rest of the crowd, I mean everybody in our circle.
Yes.
Adult content creators. Okay, so you talked about your family's reaction. So how did you? So you explained like, yeah, mom and dad, I'm doing porn now, or I'm selling, raunchy clips. Or how did that conversation go over?
My mom and my dad.
Just or family in general.
Well, my mom told me that if she was my age, she would do it. I was like, okay.
She said she would do it if she was your age. Yeah.
She said she was, she got around as a younger girl, like she was a hoe.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad said, "Go." He's like, "I don't give a shit." He's like, "Fuck it." He's like, "Do what you got to do." Now, my mom and dad are not so like, oh, like, you know, Bible thumpers. It's my grandparents and some of my other family
Right.
are like really, and I've noticed a lot less, you know, they still acknowledge me and, you know, stuff like that, but it's a lot of, you know, it's like, they're not the way they used to be with me. It's just like a different, like, you know what I'm saying? It's different.
I get it. Let me ask you this. Do you get more like attention from people who are more like booty people, or like belly people and have more fat fetishes?
A lot of fat fetish for sure. That's my most requested is the belly.
Definitely.
Now my boobs, yes, my boobs are big. My boobs, you know, but they don't look as big as they are because of my belly. So like if I had a thin middle, my tits would look massive, like absolutely huge. So my butt is like, I mean, it's big, but it's like not like cute and like perfectly round or anything by any means. So my butt really, it's not as requested as the other two, for sure.
Okay. Well, I got a segment called Down in the DM, Ashley. Can you recall your craziest, most funny, most outrageous, out of pocket, ridiculous DM or email you've ever received?
Yeah. Some guy wanted me to take a shit on camera and then afterwards pick it up, put it in a bottle, and mail it to him.
Mr. Hanky for Christmas, huh?
Yeah, and I'm sure other porn stars have had the same crap, like some of the most outrageous, disgusting, you know, like I can understand the underwear, like wearing the underwear and then, you know, the juices and stuff from the day and then selling that, but I really have never done that. I've been asked, really, I just haven't sold my underwear before, but that's not really that outrageous because it became common a while ago, but and I've had some people want me to, I have one guy kind of similar to that. Well, he said he wanted me to use him as a toilet. And I'm like, what? You are so gross.
That just takes me back to the old Dave Chappelle show skit where he's pretending to be R. Kelly, and you know what I mean? With the haters wanna hate, lovers wanna love. I don't even want none of the above. I want to piss on you.
It's just like, and then I've had a lot of belly, a lot of asking me to, like, you know, like oil my belly up and then slap it against the wall, and I was like, okay.
Now, what is more out there? Your requests for clips that you customize for people, or like when you book a client face to face?
I'd say the more outrageous ones are the ones that I get asking for
Costumes, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So can you name some crazy costumes people have wanted you to do, or some that you've gotten dressed up as?
So like, I think I said customs, right?
Customs. Oh, I thought you said costumes. I don't know. Maybe I'm still Halloween decorations left over in my mind.
Oh, my bad. It probably sounds like I said that. It did sound like it. But I've just had like, man, I'm trying to think back to some of the craziest. A lot of it has to do, like, I had one guy want me to like lay donuts all over myself and lay down and then just like eat them and smash them all over me and stuff like that. I was like, I'm not trying to get fatter, like, come on, y'all. Like,
damn.
Like, the food stuff is like, you know, whatever, I'll do it once in a while, but I don't want to make like a career out of it, you know, like,
yeah, that would be unhealthy. Well, let me ask you this. I'm sure you've probably met both sides of these oppositions. One side, the body positivity side, saying, you know, you're beautiful, you're confident, you're sexy, the way, you know, you're a SSBBW, you're a queen, which all of those things you are. And then you probably have the other side saying you're obese, you're unhealthy, you need to lose weight, get on a diet, exercise, etc. So being these two oppositions, like, tell me, how does that affect you? Like, what do you have to say to that?
So I understand, like, especially like, I go to the doctor and I get checked up and stuff. My doctor's like, you really need to lose weight. You're having, heart. I've found things lately that are kind of, like, I better, lose some weight, but it's like, I'm going to do it, slowly, and I'm going to do it at my own pace, but I'm not doing it for the looks. Like, I'm not, like, I just want to be at a healthy weight. I don't care if I'm still chubby at all. Like, I'm always probably going to be, even when I lose weight. So it's like, I just, right now, like, I'm on the borderline of being a diabetic. Because of the sugar. Um, I'm also experiencing some hard time sleeping, like breathing in my sleep. I don't know if that, I think that comes from being heavy, like, because all your weight is kind of pushing on your, what I'm saying. So
Yeah, pushing on your chest.
I have to sleep on my stomach a lot and on my side, or I can't breathe very well at all. I've spent a lot of time with Stella Daniels the past few months, and she's recorded me, like, at night, and like she says I'll, like, sit up and be sleeping, and like, and she's like, God, that's not healthy. I'm like, no, it's not. So, like, I'll be literally sitting completely up in my sleep, sleeping, like, with my head like this, and then I wake up with my neck hurting, and I'm just like, oh, this, I can't, like, I definitely want to get better, and I want to be healthy, and I want to be at a weight to where I can keep up with my kid. And also, here's another thing: if I wasn't this heavy, I wouldn't have fractured my foot. It's because of all my weight that, like, right on it, and it wouldn't be as hard for me to walk in these crutches either. It's really hard to hold all this weight up with just my arms and my one foot. So that's another challenge I'm facing right now. I would be so much more mobile if I didn't weigh this much, even on the crutches.
I
So
understand. Well, I'm glad you're really self-aware of what you need to do.
Now, I'm not gonna freaking starve myself by any means, but I'm trying to make healthier choices when I do eat. I still, like, I still allow myself to have a sugar here and there now, but the past month, I've been really trying to watch my intake of sugar and things like that. So,
as I think everybody should, and I've struggled with weight issues here and there, and my sugar intake, as I have this, oh shit, it looks invisible, that's kind of cool, this Starbucks here with me, but yeah, we could fuck around and talk for another hour about that. Okay,
yeah.
so of all the content you create, like, be it hardcore, or be it, like, the fetish stuff, or whatever, do you have a favorite type that you make?
I really enjoy the belly stuff because it's easy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just sit there and I just, oh my God, I'm so heavy. Oh my God, I can barely lift my belly up. Oh my God, let me slap my belly. That's it. And they pay money for that. It's like, wow.
Today, what is your biggest stream of revenue?
Clients.
Like private in person, or like Skypes and whatnot?
Actually, both, honestly. Both.
Okay.
Yeah. The video call, the in-person stuff.
Okay. Let me know how comfortable you are talking about this. The escorting side of this business, if somebody said, you're a hoe, and that implied, like, that street context of prostitution to it, how do you feel about that? Because I'm, as I'm getting more acquainted with people in this business and wanting to remain as professional as possible as a podcaster, but also still coming from hip hop, which also comes from, a street connotation, the words hoe and bitch also do slip my tongue. So I just want to learn, like, how, you and others may feel being addressed when, you are in this line of business. And I want to know, like, how you identified with these words that may to some be insults, and then also to some be the real deal.
Now, me, like, I've noticed a lot of times, like when I'm called a hoe or a bitch or whatever, it's a lot of times it's just like for like to help get off, help get them off. It's usually I've never really been called either of those names seriously. Maybe one time, but it was over the internet, never in person. So I don't really get a lot of that. And I always screen. I do a lot of screening on my clients. I make sure they're safe and all that good stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And I work with Stella a lot, so
I gotta get Stella on here soon, and you'll definitely be invited back if that Stella appearance ever comes around. She was kind of one of the first people to embrace this Thiccness Protection Program movement, and then when I saw her doing that, I'm like, okay, I could get on. Like Stella Daniels, all right.
Yeah, she's amazing. She has taught me a lot.
Yeah, she's hot as fuck too.
Yeah, she is.
Okay. Is she a Sagittarius as well?
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta tell you about this girl I interviewed on Palm. Her name's Stella Marr. She lives in the Tacoma, Seattle area. She's such a good singer. She's super thick, white chick, super thick, tall, super nice titties.
Ooh.
I'm like, yeah, she's so dope. I've been really supporting her and stuff. And I got a new Spotify playlist out right now called Sweater Weather. You could check her song out, Glimpse, on there. But yeah. So I don't know. I'm me, I'm a Zodiac collector, so I like my little Sagittarius club.
Yes. My birthday's on Thanksgiving.
Right. Okay. So how's that go over? Is it like instead of passing a present, they're passing you a turkey leg?
Pretty much, yeah. And they always forget, like, since it's such a big holiday, which, I'm never going to be like, oh my God, but like this year I'm turning 30. So I'm like, I hope that, everyone remembers because this is kind of, one of the bigger birthdays that is.
You got to remind them. Yep. Yeah. One of the bigger birthdays too. For me, it's just been, dealing with my dad's sickness and stuff. And that was all right around my birthday. So like, but hey, if there was ever a time to grow up, it's now.
Apparently, yeah. That's me. Like I'm not gonna trip if whatever, but at least I'll know that I'll have a good meal, and even though I'll probably be stuck here, it'll be all right.
I know that's right.
As long as I got my birthday.
What'd you say?
As long as I have my birthday cake I want, I'll be happy.
Yeah, ta-da. What's your go-to birthday cake?
Cheesecake.
Hell yeah. From Cheesecake Factory, or just like,
Well, I prefer that, but I'll probably just have my boyfriend go get it from the store.
Sure. Speaking of boyfriend, how does like your adult career affect like your personal relationships?
It can be hard at times. There's jealousy and out of his, but he also understands. He definitely understands. He's the one who told me to go ahead and do it, and see how it went. And I was like, okay, yeah, like if you're cool with it, I am, like we talked about it. He said, well, try it out. And yeah, I mean, it's been okay. He's come to understand that even with me seeing clients and stuff, the money goes towards the house. It doesn't just go all to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I share it with him. Like I don't keep it all away from him. Of course, I like to keep quite a bit of it, but I also help him out, with some of his stuff. So he's okay with it as long as I keep, putting it towards the house, putting it towards groceries, making sure shit's paid, and I can still travel and stuff, and go do things that I want to do as well, like concerts and things like that.
Like do concerts as in attend concerts, or like?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Very nice. Okay. I got a segment on here called Ever Too Much. Has anything ever in a scene been too much? Like, cut the camera, like not pleasurable, like cut, like ever too much?
When I have to like do a position where I'm like, I have a really hard time writing because if the bed is not a certain way, I can't balance myself. Just, whenever I don't have a broken foot, I can't balance myself correctly, and I probably won't be able to. After this injury, I'm not going to be able to do certain positions. So unless I heal perfectly, it's going to be hard because of my foot. If my foot has to go flat on the top of the, you know, flat like this, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, Clint said he said to message him, the guy for the owner of Plumper Pass, about this today because I was supposed to go film with him, and he's like, all right, he's like, well, just hit me up when you're completely healed and we'll schedule something.
All right. I asked Clint to come on here. He said he's not interested in doing interviews, which is cool. I mean, I'm just glad I can, you know, reach out and have a rapport with him. But
yeah, of course, for sure.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. When speaking of the whole writing somebody, when you're working with male talent and you're writing them, have they ever complained like, oh my God, you're too heavy?
They haven't said it, but whenever they can't keep it up, that's when you know, like, that it's too much. So like my most recent scene that happened, we had to fake a lot of it. Like he wasn't even hard for some of the scene in certain position. Like when I was on top of him on the couch, there was, you know, like, because he couldn't stay hard, like it was extremely hard to get him to stay that way because it was a lot. I don't think he realized exactly how big I actually was.
Okay.
Honestly.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
He was new too, so I understood, I understand there's probably nerves as well. But I think it was also like it wasn't explained exactly how large I actually am. You know what I'm saying? Because most of the BBWs on there are not nearly my size on that site, except for, well, I mean, they're shaped differently, so it's really hard to say, but I have the biggest belly.
Right. When you went to Girls Gone Wireless, I remember one of the first times you and I went live together, you told me afterwards that your experience there was kind of less than ideal. Do you want to talk about that?
It was okay. It felt a lot more like a vacation to me, if that makes sense. So I at least got a vacation, like I was like, oh, it's nice. I rested a lot. I got to know some of the other stars, but as far as getting work in, I really wasn't able to do very much scenes. Like I wasn't able to, there was a lot of people there, and, not all the male talent are going to be interested in as a girl as big as me for their platforms, which I can name a few. They might not say it to your face, but you can tell. Like you can totally tell who's into you and who's not.
Yeah.
And who's good with you and who's not. They're very, very picky, choosy. Even some other girls that I don't know if I'll name them, but a couple that are very close to me, they didn't even get as much work in as they wanted to.
I see. Is it anybody who's gotten down with the thickness who kind of felt the same way?
Possibly. But it wasn't, I have nothing against them. Like it was so much fun. Good. But I wasn't done like I should have been able to do, if that makes sense. It was really hard.
Makes sense.
And it was really hard because there was so many people there. Like I feel like there needs to be a limit on people that can attend. And get the ones that actually, the ones that pay first have like a secure spot. And then they just kind of like say, okay, now we only have this many spots left.
No doubt. Well, you've worked a lot with Finny. You worked a lot with Finny, and I could tell you guys are also really good friends. We are. Yeah, what's it like getting down with the Finster?
Finny is he's the best. I gotta admit, he's very respectful and nice. He films with any size and never has a problem keeping it up. He's super respectful, nice, gets things done. I wish he would run a content event because I know it would go very well. I'm pretty sure it would. This content event happening here in Dallas right now is pretty. Apparently, it's going pretty well. It's going
right.
Really well.
Is that through Splash House, through Jay and TT Pog's company? Right. They were telling me that when I had them on here.
Yeah, Jay and TT are hosting it.
Good people.
Bad. He felt so bad that I fell. He was really looking forward to me working and doing the event.
Yeah. Have you ever done anything with Thick Vision before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. Well, shout out to Jay Play Hard.
I know.
Last one I will leave you with, Ashley. Biggest misconception of a porn star to you?
To me, thinking that we're single.
True that. Yeah.
Everybody is single and you don't have a family, and you can just go and hoe around every day and everywhere. You have it, and also like you don't make as much money as people think you do. You have to be like someone like Danny Banks or just bigger names, like, and been in the industry along Eliza Allure. Like, I don't know. I know she makes decent money, but just people that have made their stamp on the industry and have been around and are bad bitches. Like, I'm talking like Eliza Allure is one of my closest friends, and I've learned a lot from her as well. And I have so much respect for that woman. I have looked up to her for a while. My boyfriend actually was a fan of hers for a long time, as before he even knew me. So he was happy when he got to say hi to her. She gave him an autograph too. He was so cute.
Oh, yeah, a little fan moment. Okay.
I was like, oh, that's so sweet. But same with Alexis Allure. He watched her a lot before he met me. And people like that are doing pretty good. But when you're new in the industry, you've only been doing it a couple of years, it takes a long time to build your shit up. It really does.
Yeah, it definitely does. Even, from podcasting to music blogging and stand up, everything I do, it takes a while to build those up just the same.
Yeah, exactly. Like, people think just because you're a big name porn star, you've done scenes, that you're like rolling in hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you're not. Like, not until you've really done like a shitload of scenes and have your OnlyFans up like to thousands of people and all this. Other than that, you have to work another job like me. Like, I was doing Uber. It's just the money comes and it goes, and it's not consistent. Like, the money from porn is not consistent enough until you're really, really like booking shit constantly. I haven't been to any of the exoticas, which I'm planning to next year. I want to get into that, and I want to start kind of learning that shit too. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Okay.
Pushing
Cool.
myself once I'm all healed up.
Is there any other performers that you'd like to collaborate with?
In the future, like male or female?
Either.
Shane Diesel.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because he can handle a big chick. The scenes he did with Erin Green was perfection,
Oh,
and
gosh.
who else did he just like give it to her? I can't remember off the top of my head, but I've sat up here. All right, that's enough. but yeah, like,
Insane, absolutely insane. I would be honored to be able to work with him. I'd be like, you don't even have to pay me. Can we just shoot? And
yeah, the one he did with Erica Ecstasy was fire too. I mean,
I'm like, just let me get on your platform. That's all I ask. Like,
right. Hey,
some
Shane,
more-
if you're listening, man, come get down with the Thiccness.
Yeah, he needs to. And also, there was one more. I've met him before, Thor Johnson.
Oh yeah, Thor.
We,
I've heard good things about Thor.
Me and him talked for a good while at Girls Gone Wireless. He said he'd be down to film with me. It just didn't happen at that event.
Just hasn't happened yet. Cool,
Yeah.
cool. All right, Ashley. Go ahead and throw out your social media and let them know where they can follow you and stream all your content.
Okay, Plumper Pass, Jeff's Models. Instagram is Ashley Garland with 2 Y's and 2 D's. And Twitter is the same. It's Ashley Garland, 2 Y's, 2 D's. I don't really have a YouTube channel. And my OnlyFans. If you guys want to subscribe, I'm gonna run a special for a little while, 50% off. I'm gonna go ahead and extend that. And X videos, I know I'm on there. I know I'm on Pornhub and stuff, but that's stuff that I haven't put on there myself. But I have many vids too, but I can't remember what. I think it's Ash Garland with 2 D's on both OnlyFans and many vids.
There you go. Okay. All right, Ashley. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. We had been wanting to do this for a while. We finally did it. Yeah. Everybody, this has been another episode of Thiccness Protection Program. Please subscribe to youtube.com/palmofficial. Don't forget to leave a like. Make sure you're following on Instagram. Make sure you're following at Thiccness Pro on Twitter. And that's about it. Oh, and Spotify too. Make sure you're following on Spotify. Leave a rating for me, please. And that's it. Hey, Ashley, thank you for getting down with the thickness.
Thank you.
All right.
Thiccness.